Bonus. We got Alain who just performed. Let's give a round of applause for him again as well. I don't know, I'm feeling kind of romantic when I wrote this one, so I know if you got somebody in the room you consider special, or someone you just saw that you want to consider special, we'll get at them right now and just let me do the talking. Alright, so this one's called Would You? Now, if I told you you had a hot body, would you rub it against me? Okay, that was a joke. But in all seriousness, what if I told you that your smile means the world to me? Would you give me the world? If I said that your presence brightens up my life, would you stick around long enough for me to kiss the sun goodbye? If I told you a dream come true, would you still let me sleep? If I said your kisses mean everything to me, would you give me everything I've ever wanted? And if I told you, hearing your voice is like music to my ears, would you inspire me to throw away my iPod, my MP3s, my CDs, my radio, and my cassette tapes away? Because you sing my favorite song each and every day? And whenever you feel ugly or anything less than gorgeous, would you let me be your mirror, mirror on the wall and show you who's the fairest of them all? If I said every moment with you was magical, could I be your one and only volunteer for your magic act? And then together, you and I could be a magic act, sure? And if I said I was falling in love, would you let me grab your hand and take it with me? If I told you I love you so much that it hurts, would you promise to make my life as painful as possible? So painful that ouch meant more than I love you. If I said you tickled my heart, would you make me laugh forever? And if I told you a secret, would you let me keep you to myself? If I told you your touch alone made my heart melt, would you be thoughtful enough to keep a bottle handy every time our hands held? If I could see a future for us, would you make history with me? And if I died because you're just so drop dead gorgeous, but before I died I told you that your love would breathe life into my lungs, would you resuscitate me? And if I let you in on the secret that I wrote this piece just for you, would you resist to date me? What if I said all this? What would you do? What would you say? How would you feel? Please tell me. I'm listening. Thank you. Another hand from my man Bonus over here. This next one's a bit of a heartbreaker. I haven't wrote anything this emotional ever. So, you guys brace yourselves. This one's called Yin-Yang. Her image was the picture that only nightmares had the color and brushes for. The craftsmanship gave it away easily. Like two scared, naive, love-struck teenagers alone in the dark with nothing but time and each other in their arms. She was vicious. She exercised her authority like a scrawny geek, yet I bowed to it like it was Stanley Sicky Williams and I was a crip. But my hair would not bow. I greatly admired all the hairs on my body for the rebellious display. If only I could stand as strong. If only I could stand. But she made me too weak, like, for 168 hours, I was too scared to pull my head out of the covers for fear she would indeed be there. My nightmare. My living, breathing, walking nightmare. Everything my heart truly feared. She walked around dressed as a broken mirror and smiled at me. Her smile was beautiful. That's how she lured me in. One day, I saw the mirror she wore wasn't broken. It was just the mere reflection of my heart, and her smile wasn't hers, it was my own. In fact, she wore a mirror on her face too. It was the most thorough reflection I've ever seen. It caught my smile and everything and everyone that had ever given it, including her. I was reminded of every moment with her that my smile was made of. It was made up of every conversation we ever had about her boy problems, her family issues, school, and being Catholic. The way she smelled every time I found myself getting lost in her hugs, the deep glances into her eyes and my reflection in them, and the way that felt. Knowing that one's eyes was the gateway to one's heart, and thinking that God must have blessed me with at least half of his eye just so I could see myself inside of someone so beautiful. Someone whose only image God himself could have painted with an angel wing brush out of a canvas of dust, structured out of my missing rib, and then baptized in the pool of his own son's blood. She was the kind of dream I thought only the back of my eyelids, classic love songs, and poetry could introduce me to. And the kind all of my teachers would get jealous of whenever I sneak out of class just to meet her in the back of my head. The kind of dream that made Martin Luther King Jr. march, protest, and die for. The kind America celebrates every third Monday of January and today still strives for. The kind that Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey sang about. She was the dream that allowed all of the others to come true. I was Peter Pan and she was my happy thought. I was Hercules and she was my God-given strength. I was Aladdin and she was every reason I would laugh at the notion of ever needing a genie. I was all three of these guys and she would have been my happily forever after. See, that's the thing about nightmares. The worst ones are the twisted versions of your dreams. And it was a dream come true whenever we hugged, but it was a nightmare knowing that I wasn't her love. It was a dream come true to be her soul's tissue whenever she had emotional issues, but it was a nightmare whenever she would try and cry and try and cry over the same stupid, unworthy guy. It was a dream come true to have her in my life, let alone my sight. But it was a nightmare knowing that no matter how hard I tried, she was just going to end up as somebody else's wife. It was a dream come true knowing she was a nightmare, but it was a nightmare knowing she was my dream come true. She was the mirror image of everything good in my life and bad, everything that I loved and hated, everything about me that was perfect and broken. She was every dream of mine come true, and the nightmare was that I wasn't hers. Usually at this point I like to get the crowd involved. I got one last piece. And I want you guys to pick it for me. I got one called She's Already Gorgeous and another one called More Than Human. So can I get some cheers for She's Already Gorgeous? Alright. What about More Than Human? Alright, so that's my sign off. This one's called More Than Human. As soon as I come into view, what do you see at first glance? Is it the baggy shirt and the baggy pants, the tall height and the big weight, the goatee and the stash on my face? Now take a look at me again. What is it that you see this time? What are your eyes telling your mind? Focus and tell me what you notice. Because as accurate as what's been mentioned here are, my truth, essence, and definition are still light years far. Please allow me to lessen the distance between us and the stars, for that's where my story is written, no kidding. And further on is my home, where my father was ever on the phone answering prayers. I hope mine's our answer tonight, that by presenting the real me, I can give you the real you. That we can all break up with lies and become engaged with truth. It's easy to know the man, but I'm here today to get you acquainted with the myth and the legend. For I'm more than just a man, I'm a blessing. With no disguise, I'm the modern day prophet, call me Rob the Baptized. I'm a saint who's yet to be canonized. My miracles have yet to be canonized. I'm a pistol, yeah, that's right. This young son is still a young gun, shooting bullets of hope. Verbally with a purpose, see? When the bullets pierce through, the sensations felt throughout the body are intense.